Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime for week number 5. And you're watching Picks with David. Thanks for joining me. Just a quick update on how we're doing so far this year. Had a pretty good week this last week after having a down one last week. Went ahead on a 4-2 record. And as we go towards our Thursday night game, tonight, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts at the Denver Broncos. We haven't won a Thursday night game yet this year, so I'm hoping that I do better on this particular Thursday night. Let's start a winning streak. The Indianapolis Colts come in off a loss from the Tennessee Titans, so they're 1-2-1 on the year. The Denver Broncos are 2-2 on the season after they lost to the Raiders. And so both teams, the biggest issue coming into this game is going to be the running game. We've got Javonte Williams of the Denver Broncos. He has torn his ACL, so he is out for the season. And so Melvin Gordon is going to be the lead rusher for Denver, but he's had a fumbling problem, giving up 4 fumbles thus far this season. And then, so that means we're going to have him being the lead back, but he's going to need a lot of support from the third-string running back in Mike Boone. For the Colts, you've got an injured Jonathan Taylor on a short week, going on the road. I'm not sure he's going to play in the game at all, and that means it's going to be Nyheim Hines as the lead running back for the Colts. Now, both of these teams have brand new quarterbacks. Matt Ryan comes in from the Falcons. Russell Wilson comes in from the Seahawks. Both of these teams had high expectations coming into the year, and yet here we are 4 weeks into the season, and neither one of them has a winning record. So for the Colts, they have some offensive weapons. Michael Pittman Jr., Alex Pierce, Paris Campbell at wide receiver. For the Denver Broncos, they've got Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. And so for me, I look at this game, and it's a battle of a couple of teams whose defenses were supposed to be top-notch. The Colts have not looked good defensively thus far this year after they lost their coordinator. Eberflus went to Chicago to become the head coach, and although I think Gus Bradley is a good defensive coordinator, they've had a lot of trouble thus far this season, with him bringing in a new system and trying to put these pieces together and make it work. For Denver, they retained their coaching staff on the defensive side. They have a lot of good players defensively, but Randy Gregory, I think, is out for the game, possibly for the season. One of the big pass rushers that they brought in during the offseason, but they have a good secondary. They have a good pass rush up front for Denver. They're playing at home. I like the Denver Broncos to beat the Indianapolis Colts on Thursday Night Football. So that, once again, is going to bring us to our spotlight players of this game, and it's the running backs. Nyheim Hines has been a very versatile player for the Indianapolis Colts in a starting role at one point, then the backup to Jonathan Taylor. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield, and I think he's capable of handling the majority of the workload for them to run the football. The problem is here for Denver, once again, they're going to basically turn to a third-string running back because they can't count on Melvin Gordon to not, turn the ball over. He's done it 4 times thus far this season for Denver. The Colts are going to know that. They're going to try and attack Melvin Gordon, and so I think a little freshness, a little newness comes in here when you have Mike Boone run the football. Last week, in a short, duty, he had 3 carries for 20 yards. So maybe that'll equal a lot more running game, from Denver. If he gets a lot more of the workload, they'll be able to do the play-action passing that they have come accustomed to, and that'll unleash Russell Wilson to have a big game for Denver. So there is your spotlight players of this game. So once again, I'm going to take the Denver Broncos to beat the Indianapolis Colts here on Thursday Night Football. Hopefully we'll get our first win on a Thursday night this season. I hope you're enjoying the videos as I put them out. My viewership seems to be going down. If you need something, if you want me to talk about something better, give me some ideas of what it is that you're interested in. I have a wealth of knowledge in this subject, and I really like making the videos for you out there. Be sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss any of the videos, and you're able to keep track of how we're doing for the season. Thanks again for joining me. You've been watching Picks with David.